So guys, EA have finally given us a new evolution. I think this is the first one since literally early access or full release of the game. And these are the evolutions that I like the most, where you're taking low rated cards. In this case, you could take a bronze if you wanted to, but most people are going to be taking the highest rated possible silvers and trying to just make them essentially into mid 80 rated cards, which is going to be fantastic. And what I also love about this one is there's 3 separate levels to complete for them over the next 14 days. It's not behind a paywall in terms of having to spend 1k FIFA points or 50,000 coins at the Pacey Winger. So I'm a massive fan of this, and there's also a few more requirements, and I will show you some of the best options to be able to go for that fit these requirements. And no doubt some of those cards are going to go up quite a lot in the market. Silver cards in general tend to be quite rare because people don't really go and open the packs and only really ever get them as maybe, you know, lower end draft rewards or maybe squad battle rewards occasionally, or for completing a few objectives. But it will be interesting to see if any of those players really increase in price. But in terms of the player requirements, max 74 rated, maximum of 85 pace, and 75 maximum physicality. The player cannot be a centre back, has to be a right back, and a maximum of 9 playstyles. I think the most that I've seen anyway on a card is only like 6 or 7, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. But I'm going to talk you through some of the god options to be able to go for and who I will be going for as well. But massive fan that it's not behind a paywall and that it's accessible to everyone, and it's going to require a little bit of grinding to be able to do, and I'm fine with that. That's fantastic. And they also get a few playstyles as well for completing them, which is fantastic. So you can actually take them from a card that isn't really that usable to a card that might get into your full team, especially for the people that are running Road to Glories. Also, this is the first video back in a few days. It's not like it's not like there's been no contents to make. There has been contents to do, but I was over in Qatar for the Formula 1 over the weekend, which was a fantastic experience, but ready to come back into doing the video. So in terms of players here that you can actually take and upgrade, here's some of the ones for me that are standouts that fit the requirements. Obviously, a lot of people are going to look towards Prem players, and for me, there are 3 standout cards. So you've got Johnson from West Ham, Aarons, and Livramento. I think Livramento could actually potentially be the best one. Yes, he's not really, none of these players are kind of that close. I mean, Aarons is, to be fair, but Livramento and Johnson are nowhere near the 85 pace, but their defensive stats are actually not too bad. Livramento's already got half decent dribbling in the first place, and obviously you're going to be able to bump up their physicality, and he's a 74 rated with 4-star weak foot as well, which is also pretty cool. And you'll be able to take this card to being actually half decent. Likewise with Aarons and with Johnson. I suppose maybe Johnson might be the weakest out of all of them, but I think all of these are really, really good options. Akapo from the MLS is a really good option. In terms of nation, I think it's Equatorial Guinea, that flag, if I'm right. Yeah, Equatorial Guinea. So obviously you're restricted to using him in MLS there, but he's also like a really, really good card if you do happen to have an MLS team going. And also Isa Kalsalin of Cadiz is also another pretty decent option. Reasonable passing and dribbling already in the first place, and obviously by getting those increases in a few other stats through the levels, he will actually go to a half decent card. All of these would go to what, like 82 or 83 rated and become decent options. But I have no doubt someone like, you know, Livramento, Johnson, and Aarons, because they're English and they play in the Premier League, I have a feeling we might see these become a little bit more rare to be able to get off the market. I don't know if these are rare cards or if they're common. You know, Livramento's a silver rare, Aarons is a common, Johnson's a silver rare, so the rares will probably be even more expensive. Who I'm going to go for? I'm probably going to go for Cafetara, I believe that's how you pronounce it, because Calabria hasn't been great for me. He hasn't been too bad, but it's probably a bit of an area of a weakness, and so by getting Karen, I think will be fantastic. Of course, I'm using a full Italian team. I think she'll be great, so I'm really, really looking forward to working with this card. And obviously, if you want to, you can go with bronze cards from, you know, you might be a fan of like a championship team or a team in the Serie B or the Bundesliga 2 or the Bundesliga 3. So you can go and upgrade a bronze card if you want to as well. But I think these are just kind of some of the standard options here. These 5. You know, 3 of them playing in the Premier League, 1 in another major league as well. And then if you do happen to have an MLS team, and there are a few half-decent MLS players, then Akapo could actually be a half-decent card. He's already got that 83 play, so he's close to the maximum pace racing already. Physicality as well, remember that was a max 75, so he's got 74 at that. Defending already at 72, not the worst. I suppose maybe the worst thing about him is the 60 passing. I don't know how far or how high you would ever be able to get that up, but I mean, it's a really good card and already comes with one play style as well of Intercept, which is also pretty nice. But let me guys know who you're going to be looking to upgrade and take into your EVA. Remember, it is free to be able to do. It's not behind a paywall, which is fantastic. And I want to see like a good variety of different cards. I know a lot of people are going to go for the likes of Johnson, Aarons, and Livramento. I have no doubt about that. But I want to see a lot of people going for kind of just like obscure players like I'm going for here. And I think it'll be really, really cool to work up with this card and try and take it to, I don't know what, maybe an 80 or 81 rated. I think that would be fantastic. She'll certainly be. Once she gets the upgrade, she will be better than Calabria, probably. So I'm very, very happy with that personally. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.